All right, Janice, great. Excellent. Well, let me guys just tell you today that we're going to talk about 5 ways to grow a small account. Really excited about that. I would love for you guys to make sure that you're interactive, ask questions, be active in the chat. To answer on the front end, we are going to record this, but here's the thing. We had about 1,200 people sign up for this webinar, and we're 15 minutes early, and we're filling up fast. So if you leave and can't come back in, it's because there's a lot of people that will not be able to get into this. Okay, so just keep that in mind. However, if you cannot attend, if you happen to log out, you can't get back in, then just wait for the recording. We'll send it to you. But there was a lot of demand for this training, and I want to really emphasize to everybody to just pay attention, really focus on taking some good notes. And what I really would like for you guys to see, what I really like for you guys to do is to take these 5 tips, write them down, and then apply them to your trading right away. Because what I'm doing here is teaching you guys some important skills, but I want you not just to sit and be a listener, but I want you to be a doer. Okay. And if you do take action, you're going to see improvement happen right away. Right? You're going to see it happen right away. Okay. Now, and these 5 tips are part of the small account course that we are launching. There's a course that has 12 modules. It's a 12-week course. And so this is going to be just a sneak peek of that. But the amount of value in this with these 5 tips are still going to be able to help you get, the course has a lot of, so many different tips, but this is going to be 5 good ones, and it's going to make a big difference. All right, Marcel, awesome to hear. Thank you for that. I do the same thing. I keep my pen and paper right in front of me. You can see I got my notes. When I'm talking with someone or when I'm listening, I'm always writing down. It's so good to be able to write down and go back over later, because really, I don't know about you guys, but I forget a lot of stuff. And so it's good to be able to go back over it and review it and then apply it. So if you have a trading plan, go back over your trading plan and see how things are going. So again, it is a digital world, it's a digital world, Borg, but I like paper. And it's not just because I'm old school, because I grew up on computers, but I just like paper. There's something about taking, and OneNote is good too. And there's actually I'm getting off track. I won't get off track during the webinar, but they have these tablets now that you can write handwritten stuff into a screen. And I was thinking about getting one of those. Well, while we're waiting, guys, can you guys just let me know where you're at in the world? Because I'm just always curious to see who it is I'm talking to. But thank you. We're going to be starting in 7 minutes. We are filling up pretty quick. So again, we're starting in 7 minutes and we're already reaching some capacity. So if you're here, you might not want to leave. Florida and the Netherlands. All right. You might not want to leave because we're going to be full today. It's going to be, and I'm not just making that up. We're going to probably have over 500 people in here, and that's the max. had to go back behind my banner. That's where I keep my my books, and I also had some medicine. I got to take a little Tylenol. I did a workout today and got a little muscle strain, so I got to take some Tylenol, take some edge off of that. So bear with me here. All right. So we're from Ghana, from down under, Kenya, UK, Botswana, New Jersey, Georgia, England, Nigeria, Iceland, Las Vegas, Daniel. All right. Borg's from Florida. David is from down under, Ghana, Brazil, Nigeria, India. All right. We got Portland, Oregon. You know, Angela, that's actually where I'm from. I'm from Portland. I'm here in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, but I'm originally from Portland, Oregon, and I go every year to visit my grandparents and my parents in Portland. So that's cool. We got Dan from Canada, Zambia, Northern Ireland. Yeah, my image is a mirror. You know, I don't know how to adjust those settings. There's probably a way to do that, but I'm not going to mess around in the settings to fix that mirror. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I just went this summer and I went to the beach in Seaside, and that was a lot of fun. And then I had my kids with me, so we went to Oaks Park and we did mini golf down there in downtown Portland, so it was a lot of fun. Okay, we got West Africa from India, Bangladesh. Wow, we've got a crowd here. Awesome. Oh, Crater Lake is amazing. I love Crater Lake. I took my family up there. We actually went, not this year, but a few summers ago, we went in August, and it was so cool because the snow was there was still snow up there, even in the middle of August. So we were up in the snow in August. It was really cool. So, wow, we got a crowd today. Yeah, so we still got 3 minutes to go, and we're going to be talking about how to grow a small account. Yeah, Seaside is great. I love it. We got Belgium. Good. I think you guys are all going to really love this training today. So it's going to be very useful. It's going to be very actionable. You know, you're going to be able to really apply this stuff very quickly. Hey, Piet from the Netherlands. We got Marin from Romania. Hello. I love seeing from everybody where everybody's from. It's really cool. Hi, Andy from Ontario. Okay, well, we're going to be starting in 2 minutes. And just want to make sure, again, I want to get as much feedback as I can. I love interaction. And I also encourage interaction because it helps you guys more. You know, I've found that the students that ask the most questions, that take the most notes, that really apply themselves, they're really going to get it better. And so I'm not going to answer any questions during the presentation. So I will have question and answer at the end, though. Okay. And with this type of crowd, I don't want to discourage anyone. I want you guys to be posting the questions. Hi, Jonathan from Medicine Hat. I want you guys to be posting the questions, but I might not get to them all because when you got 500 people in here, hey, JT from Seattle, when you got 500 people in here, I might miss them, but just keep posting it. Don't get mad if I don't answer. It's not on purpose. It's just because there's a lot of people in here. Okay. And so very excited about today's training. I honestly spent a long time on this, much more than I usually do, because I wanted to make sure that this content and this training had a ton of actionable tips. And I said there's 5 ways, and some of the tips I actually front-loaded tips, and I put multiple tips in one. You know, you get the 3-for-1 deal. So there's probably more like 12 ways in here, because I wanted to make sure I over-deliver on everything. Hey, from Mexico City, how you doing, Manuel? So I probably over-delivered, but that's okay. We're definitely going to send the recording later. Absolutely. So so that's pretty good. So all right. So let's go ahead. It's 1 o'clock. I like to start right on time. So I'm going to I'm just going to double check one more time to make sure before I hit the recording and all that. I just want to make sure that you guys can see my screen and that the sound is good. And then once that's done, I'll give you a little intro, and then we'll just jump right in, because we're already pushing. We're pushing it here as far as attendance goes. So if you're here and you have a seat, don't leave, because and I'll mention that again a couple more times, because especially as we get closer to being full, we've got a full house today. Good, Angela, thank you. And Jeanette from Jamaica, hello. All right, so, okay, well, I'm just gonna jump right in here. And I know that it's gonna be packed out, so don't leave. And I'm gonna have a question and answer time at the end, but please feel free to comment at any time. We really appreciate it. So here we go. We have 5 ways to grow a small account from $100 to $1,000, gain profits and grow your account. And it's done by me, Casey Stubbs. You see my picture right there. That's me. And you see my video. I don't know why I have a picture and a video, but hey. There we have it. I'm the founder of Trading Strategy Guides and Forex Master Trader. It's really the same company, but the Trading Strategy Guides is our website. Master Trader is our coaching program. And so today we're going to be talking about the 5 ways to grow your account. All right. So let's keep moving. So now I want to give you guys some things to get ready for. Okay. And I want you to understand that if you pay attention, if you take notes, you're going to have some key things right now. So here's what you're going to be able to walk away with by the end of this training. In an hour from now, you're going to have 5 things that you can implement in your trading, and you can go out and implement them immediately to see a lifetime of cash flow. So immediately is instantaneous. If there's instantaneous action, there will be instantaneous results. Now, that is not to say that you're going to get rich quick, but you're going to instantly see improvement if you can remain consistent. Okay. And another thing I want to know, I know you guys have probably all been on webinars before, but I also want you to realize that this is not a boring sales pitch or just trying to get you to buy something. Okay. Now, there is going to be the opportunity to join with me and my team on our course if you're interested, but that is for the people that really want to go to the extra mile. Okay. This training in itself is going to have plenty for those of you that do not want to join. All right. So you're going to love this content. Okay. And I'm just telling you that. So really my point of view here, what I want to accomplish is I just am here to share what works and will work quickly, right? That's all I'm here to do. I'm just sharing you some things that work so that you can walk away with some key tips that will help you. And as I said, there's definitely going to be an opportunity to work with me if you want the full methods that's helped many of my traders that I've worked with to pass prop tests, to grow their accounts, to be consistent. Our goal is to get weekly cash flow. That's our goal, right? And so I'm not going to waste time in the beginning talking about my experience and why I'm so wonderful. I mean, you guys just know I'm wonderful, right? But you know I'm wonderful because I'm going to give you great tips. But I'm just giving you complete access to these 5 training rules, right? And I'm going to deliver the training that you asked for. And these methods works. And that's why our pass rate for prop tests and our student success rate is 5,000% higher than the industry standard. So you want to stay tuned for the entire webinar. And I really want you to pay attention to tip number 4 because, I mean, they're all good, but tip number 4 will really help you out. It really will, okay? So you want to make sure you pay attention to that one. I mean, they all will, but I like number 4. And so again, here is an example of the type of success that you could expect to have if you can follow some of these tips. This is one of our students, Gregory R. And Gregory just said that he also quadrupled the $130 account, right? And so we're talking about going from 100 to 1,000. Well, Greg went and quadrupled his 130, so he was right there. And so, Greg did it. And if you can follow some of these key things that I'm going to be teaching you, you're going to be able to be just like Greg. And you've got to remember what that would be like in your life and your trading if you could have a testimony like Greg. Like, what would that mean for you? What would that mean for your life if you could be consistently growing your account? It would change a lot, right? But I want you to be thinking specifically. When I'm planning and doing vision planning, I always want to think of specifics, like how's this going to change my life? Why do I want to accomplish these goals? What's it going to do? Is it going to give me free time? Is it going to give me the ability to do more? Is it going to help my relationships? What is this going to do? So again, 3 other things that I want you to take note of before we dive right in. And number 1 is, if you're a trader, you're going to really notice the difference of this type of training, that this isn't the same regurgitated crap you see everywhere else. And what I mean by that is, simple stuff that everybody says. And, that's the reason you see the same thing over and over again. And most of it doesn't work is because the people that are online, they're salespeople and marketers, and they're not traders, right? And the training that I'm going to give you comes from my 28 years of experience. That's where this comes from. And that's why you're not going to be seeing this anywhere else. Okay. Another really important thing that you need to understand is that these methods will work regardless of your experience, the market that you trade. So don't ask me in the comments, does this work on the S&P 500? Don't ask me if this works on the E-mini. Don't ask me, it works on it no matter what market you trade. Okay, it works. It works on if you're doing on swing trading or scalping, 1 minute time frame, daily or weekly. These works. And here's why. Because they're following universal principles of market dynamics. Okay, the way that the market moves and functions, these are principles that are universal. They go across any type of trading style. So whatever you're trading, this will work to help you trade. Okay. So then the third thing I want you to really understand is that if you plan on becoming successful in trading or becoming a successful trader or a professional trader or even a prop trader, this specific training is essential for success, right? And that you actually cannot learn to be successful without these methods. That is a true statement, that you cannot be successful unless you learn some of these key sound foundational concepts, right? And so, as I said, the webinar is getting full, so we're going to probably hit max capacity here very soon. So if you're in here, You don't want to leave because you might not be able to get your seat back. Now, if you're new to trading or have never traded before, never traded live, this is for you. This is perfect for you. And because we have a track record for helping beginners. So that's a key question that I get a lot. Will this work for a beginner? I've never traded before. The answer to that is yes. So whether you're a professional, whether you're seasoned, whether you're advanced or beginner, these tips, these methods are really going to help you today. Okay, and now I want to also explain what the real secret to trading success comes down to. What it really comes down to, because some people will say it's your strategy, it's your entry, your exit, all of these different things. But really, what trading strategy is all about is performance. It's about performance. And what that means is that it comes down to your win rate and your loss size and your consistency and being able to perform, right? And your trader, as a trader, the more that you have better performance, the better your results will be. And so how do we increase our performance, right? This is a very important question. How do we increase our performance? Well, I want you to think about it in terms of something a little bit different. I always love to use illustrations and examples in trading so that we can get our mind, as a communicator, as a teacher, I want you to get your mind outside of trading so you can make some comparisons. Because sometimes when we're focusing on trading, we miss the point. And so I want you to think of an orchestra, right? A group of people that are all working together for one end result, which is the ultimate performance. Remember I said trading is about performance? When you have an orchestra, there's multiple different instruments and they're all working together. And if one instrument is out of place, it ruins the entire performance. If you've got the violins, and I don't know much about orchestra, but you've got the violins and the guitars and you've the flutes and the trumpets and all of the different instruments. But if one of those is off, it messes everything up. And so trading is the same way. Okay, it's the exact same way. Everything has to be working together. That's why I'm giving you 5 tips, and why in order to really be successful, you've got to have a pretty substantial set of skills. And I'm not saying that to discourage you, but I need you to understand the big picture. You can't just learn one thing and expect to be a trader. You have to learn a multiple set of skills all working together, because trading has multiple components that are required for success. And what happens if one of the trading puzzle pieces are missing, it will cause every area of your trading to suffer, and you will not have your peak performance. Okay, so does that make sense to you? And is that a new concept that maybe you didn't understand? Because if your trading isn't working well, there could be, you might have 9 out of 10 pieces in place, but you're just missing one, right? So I think a lot of times when I teach traders this, there's a big revelation there because they are not understanding about all of the different components that they need to have. So if that's good information, let me know if that's useful to you. So let's actually demonstrate this right now. And I'm going to ask you some questions here to see if you actually understand what your performance is. And I'm just going to ask right on the fly, right on the spot, but you may or may not know. But do you know what your win rate is right now? If you do, let me know in the chat. Do you know what the size of your average loss is? If you do, let me know in the chat. What about the size of your average win? Do you know those numbers? Let me know. Well, that's all about performance. That's all about performance. If you understand those numbers, if you're tracking those numbers, you are a trader that understands that those have a direct correlation to your performance. So if you don't know them, don't worry. It's okay. But those are things that you need to know and you need to understand, you need to monitor, and you need to work on, you need to improve, because it's all part of your performance. And as a trader, you want to slowly work on improving your performance all the time, right? You want to improve all the time. So this is part of performance, and that's one of the big things we teach in our course. All right, so now I want to talk about a good trader. Okay, a good trader. A good trader is a trader that makes money. But something else about a good trader usually wins about 55%. But this is interesting when we're talking about performance, about all of the different metrics, all of the different skills about entering into trades. But what would happen if a good trader increased their winning rate just by a measly 5%, went from 55 to 60%? What would happen? Well, let's dive into that question here. So this is a good trader, okay? A good trader has a 55% win rate. And a good trader, average win would be $100, and an average loss would be $100. Okay, and over the course of 1,000 trades, which is about a year, if you're taking trades every day, it's about a year. That's $10,000. And you know what? If you make 10,000, you're a good trader. I'm not going to take anything away from you. If these are your numbers, you are a good trader, because most people can't do that, right? Most people can't even do this, and they don't even know their stats over 1,000 trades. Go over 1,000. Most people can't even keep their account alive over 1,000 trades. So this is a good trader. So if you're here, that's congratulations. But I want to show you, you know, I've studied so much about the Pareto principle, about the 80-20. You know, most of the good traders are above the rest. You know, 20% of the successful people will be above the 80%. That's what the Pareto principle says. But a good trader can become a great trader. And becoming a great trader takes that whole understanding that trading is an orchestra. It's a high performance vehicle. You need every piece in the engine. You need everything to run smoothly. Okay, so now let's just compare a good trader to an improved trader. Now you make one small change. Remember my question where I said going from 55 to 60? A 5%, a measly 5% increase from 50 to 60 doubles your output. Okay, that's where performance comes in. So first you got to become a good trader, right? First you got to become a good trader. But then once you start understanding performance, that's when you can become an improved trader. Okay, and that's one tiny thing. So you work on your entire thing, and you work on one thing, your win rate. How can I get my win rate up? Well, that one thing can take you from 10,000 to 20,000. Double your paycheck at the end of the year. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Okay. And that's the difference between a good trader and an approved trader. Now, I want to take this a little bit further. Okay. And now this is what I call the Forex master trader, someone who's worked through our course and our training. They can then continually work and improve their stats, and they bump it another 5%, so increase 5 and 5. But now you take another stat and you increase your win and you decrease your loss, right? And then all of a sudden, this is high performance. You're analyzing every area of your trading, and all of a sudden you're at $76,000, right? So you've got the same trader, the same account, and again, this is a good trader, but how much more can we do? And I will just say that these numbers here are attainable. They're absolutely attainable if you're working on performance. Okay, so it's very important to understand. And so this is the thing I want to really hammer home here, is that a Forex master trader is better by $66,000. $66,000 improvement. And that equates to a 660% increase. 660%. That is a big deal, guys. That's a big deal. And it's the thing that's amazing is it's a big deal because it's only a few small tweaks. It's that performance. a few small tweaks can have an insane amount of impact. But the problem is it's just so hard to know what to tweak. It's so hard to know how to tweak. And it's so difficult to be consistent, right? And that's one of the things that I want to really help you guys with. All right. So now, again, that's what I had said before. Small tweaks make a huge difference. It's not a big difference. It's 5%. All right. It's 5%. And so when you're getting ready to get into these trading tips, this isn't even part of the tips, but what I just shared with you about high performance, about the orchestra, and about the small tweaks, that's already really should be considered a tip, because I'm bringing awareness to areas that you need to improve. So I didn't even count that as one of the tips, but it really was, and it's powerful, absolutely powerful. All right. So these trading tips that you're about to get are designed to increase your performance in those areas, right? So those areas that we talked about, this is where these tips are going to apply. Okay. And so my student Kevin, so as we go on, I also want to make sure we're going to have a couple bonuses too with the course. So you want to pay attention to those because they're amazing. But my student Kevin implemented just one of the tips, and he saw a 26% increase in a short period of time, or $4,200, right? And just doing one of the tips. And this is, we're working with Kevin, and he hasn't even gone through all the tips yet, right? It's amazing what you can do. All right, so now let's go ahead and get started. So tip number 1, how to find trading entries that will increase your win rate by 5%, right? Because we wanted to talk about up to 5%. And so the big thing now is trend following, right? Everybody's talking about trend following. And I read this book by Michael Covell. Great book. It's really good. Highly recommend it. But it did leave me wondering, what is a trend, right? Or how do I improve my win rate? I know there's a trend, but how do I trade it? Trends can be so confusing. But I want you to think of a river, okay? If you're trading with a trend, think of a river. Remember, I talked about those illustrations. A trend is like a mighty river. And if you jump in that thing and you try to swim upstream, what's going to happen? You're going to get knocked around. You're going to drown. You're going to be slammed right to the bottom. If anyone's ever tried to swim upstream, it's very difficult. I go canoeing sometimes for fun. I like the outdoors. I love to canoe. But when you canoe and you're trying to go upstream, that's really, really hard. And you get really tired, and eventually you just can't do it, right? And so trading's the same way. If you're the price is like a big river. It's flowing with money, and that liquidity and the market makers and the big banks and all of those people are the hedge funds, the institutions. They're putting all that money in, and that money is pushing the price. And if you're trading against the big money machine, then you're going to get beat up. So you've got to have the trend. And as I said before, how do we find it? The trend is really difficult. I have struggled so much trying to find a good trend. I was in with the trend and I still lost the trade, right? Because it's a challenge to find the trend. So I'm going to throw in 5 tips here. And like I said, I like to over deliver. So I'm doing 5 trend tips in one, right? 5 in 1. Okay, this is how to trade the trend. So number 1, if we look at this chart over here, this is a weekly chart. And I highly recommend that if you're not looking at weekly charts, do that right now. So that's a tip right now. Write that down. Start trading weekly charts. Start looking at them, okay? And if it's above the 10 EMA, that's an exponential moving average, it is an uptrend. If it's below the 10 EMA, it is a downtrend. So now, that's the first 2 tips, is look at the weekly chart and then look at the 10 EMA if it's above. So now, look for pullbacks into the trend, okay? Look for pullbacks into the trend. If you trade This way, your win percentage will rapidly increase if you trade with the trend. And the more powerful the trend, the better it is. Okay, so I'm going to add a couple of bonus tips here. So again, the stronger the trend, the better it will be. Right here, I'm circling that. And I want you to understand this. This is another one. Number 7, only trade the best. Only trade the best. Okay. And I'm just saying that as a bonus tip. And here's my example for only trade the best. You need to find your absolute best setup and scan for that and only trade that. Be super disciplined only to trade the best. You have to be consistent and understand what your setup looks like. And here's an example that I want to use for you. Another example. If you go to McDonald's, and I know some parts of the world, you guys might not have McDonald's. I don't know all the countries that they're in, but they're in a lot. Right. And if you don't have them in your country, you probably at least know what McDonald's is. If you go to McDonald's and you order a Big Mac, right? A Big Mac is the same in every McDonald's in every country in the world. It's quality control and it's consistency. And that's one of the reasons why they're successful, is because if you're craving a Big Mac, you want that Big Mac hamburger, you go wherever you go and you'll get it. Now, here's the thing about a Big Mac is they train 16-year-old kids to make the Big Mac, right? They give them a specific formula. They give them a step-by-step instructions, and they can easily follow and make a Big Mac. You know, if in trading, they always say, well, my trading psychology wasn't right. Well, really? Or is it just you don't know what you're doing? Sometimes it's trading psychology because you don't follow your own rules. But really, if you have a formula and you follow that formula, trading should be simple. And so that's why I'm saying you need to only have the best setup and you only need to trade your setup. That's worth writing down. Identify your number one setup. Make sure that it's exactly right and only trade that. Do not trade anything else because you want to serve yourself that Big Mac every single time, right? And if you do that, you're going to see an increased winning percentage. Okay, so another thing, and I'm going to talk more about this in the future, but trading with levels is the best, right? So that's going to be another one. I'm going to talk more about levels later. But let's go ahead and look at this little chart here. This is a 10 EMA on a weekly. Every time you get a pullback, there's a good trade, right? Every time you get a pullback, there's a good trade. And what you got to understand is inside each one of these weekly pullbacks, if you drop to a lower time frame, there's an entry. Now take a look at this one. This one you can even see. You see that big pin bar there? That is a pullback within the 1 week. And you hit it, and then the next week it took off, right? So inside of each of these candles is multiple trades. And during this period, this has been like a 6-month period. If you have just traded this strategy alone, your win rate is something in the 90% range. If you just take this strategy, I've been trading this and back tested this and been trading it, and this works phenomenally, right? So this strong trend doesn't happen all the time, and it's not always available. But when it is, you want to trade the very best. If there's 10 things to trade and only one of them has a trend like this, why are you trading stuff that's going to give you 60%, 50%, 40%? Stay away from it. Just don't trade it. Only trade the things that are really working and that's really going to make you the money. I mean, that is critical, absolutely critical. Okay, so so this is very important. And this will help you tremendously. Remember, I said one tip. This one tip could absolutely change your trading. Okay, now let's. Andy, you know, these are his trend trading results. He said that he actually made 1,487 pounds, which paid for his course right away. So he's really a happy camper. and again, he just applied the trend trading techniques. He applied the trend trading techniques. One technique gave him massive results. So again, think about what it would be like to be in Andy's situation right now, finally cracking the code on trading. Trust me, it feels pretty good. And our students are really happy. So one other quick note before I get on to the next tip is that, I don't consider myself a trend expert, and I didn't become a trader to be like a technical analysis junkie. And being a technical analysis junkie is a lot different than being a trader, okay? And I want you to treat trading as a business. So again, this is not part of the tips, but it's a really important tip. I want you to treat trading as a business. And it requires that you learn this skill. And it can be very overwhelming for people. But I want to try to make it simple so you can understand. And what I want you to understand is, I cook meals all the time at home, but I'm not a chef, right? I'm not a chef. And it goes back to that whole Big Mac thing. All I need to do is follow a recipe. So in order to trade successfully is you just need a system where you're able to follow a step-by-step instructions. You're not going to have to figure anything out. You just got to follow the instructions. So if you don't have a proven process and you're forced to learn this skill on your own, it could literally take forever. You could never learn it. But if you have a formula that is repeatable, that you can learn, then anyone can really learn this, right? And so I just want you to understand that anyone can learn this, and you can do this. You can learn this, and that's one of the things you're going to learn with our course is the formula, the rules, the step-by-step, the way to actually get this done. All right, so hopefully that clears things up for everybody. Now, small account number 2, and that is, I had previewed this away, how to grow your profits with levels. And you can grow your profits by as much as 50%. So remember, we're compounding these tips. If we increase our win rate using trends, now if we apply levels, guess what? We're going to now compound our success. So if I'm trading, here's a misconception. If I'm trading with the trend, levels are not that important. That's a big misconception. A lot of traders get messed up. And so one of the big things I'm trying to help people with during this webinar is to help clear up some misconceptions. So, people think the levels are not important. And you can trade without them. Yes, you can trade with indicators. You can trade with trends. You can do those things. But if you want to be a master trader, you've got to learn levels, because it can increase your win rate by 5% or more. And we saw this. I'm not blowing smoke or making numbers up. I showed you in the beginning, a 5% increase could increase your profits by 50%. Actually, the real number is 100%. It could increase your win rate or your profits by 100%. Okay. And so here's another bonus tip, guys. Multi-time frames for your levels and color code it. Right? Use multi-time frames for your levels and color code it. So let's go ahead and start with levels. How do we find levels? So start with the weekly time frame and mark your levels. Then go to the daily time frame and mark your levels. Then go to the hourly time frame and mark your levels. So here's how it looks like. So here's another trend, and you notice that it's below the 10 most of the time, right? You notice that? Well, this is how I like to mark my charts. I put the level here. There's one here. I go to the high and the lows, and I just draw a line. And I like to do 2 above and 2 below. So we got 1 below, 1 below. You can't see this one because it's all the way over there, but I found it. It's still there. And then we got 1 above and 1 above. And this is a weekly time frame. Okay. Now, what do we do next? Now we go to a daily, and then just change the color. Daily levels, blue, 2 below and 2 above. Same thing. You go to a high, a low, and a low, and you mark your levels, right? And now why am I changing the color? Because the weekly levels are more powerful than the daily, right? So we want to know the weekly levels. Weekly levels are more powerful. Okay, then let's go down to a 1 hour time frame and mark our levels. Again, here I do 3 below and 2 above, but mark your levels. So again, what levels do we want to trade? Here's the weeklies, or here's the dailies, and here's the weeklies. So which levels are more important? Weeklies, dailies, hourlies. You want to mark these, and then what you want to do is you want to try to find trends off of those levels. So we know that pound is in a downtrend, right? So when it gets into a pullback on the level, and then we get a break lower, we want to consider to take a short trade. We put our stop up here, and we target down to the next level, right? That is how we trade, from level to level, from level to level. And the ultimate best trade is the one that is in the direction of the trend. It's a lot more powerful. It's going to move farther. It's going to move faster. It's going to work better. So you want to use those with the trend. So again, that's how to do your levels. All right. Now, another tip, we're going to go to tip number 3. And tip number 3 is how to use the megaphone pattern. How to use the megaphone pattern to avoid fake breakouts and increase your win percentage. Okay, so this is another problem, right? I'm trying to help you. Most traders get chewed up by trading breakouts. They get chewed up big time by trading breakouts. And so they enter the trade. Let me show you what that means. Breakouts kill traders. Okay, so right here, you're waiting for this to break. That's a breakout, right? So you're waiting. So here's what happens. You go and you're waiting to take the trade. Okay, there it is. Now here's what happens. You get the breakout, boom, and then price reverses on you. You notice that? Has anyone here ever, let me know in the chat if you know, has anyone here taken a short on a breakout only to have the trade go the other way? Has that happened to anyone? If you have had that happen to you, please let me know, right? It chews traders up, okay? It chews them up, all right? Now, here's the thing, okay? That is very common, okay? And I'm going to help you avoid that, right? Oops, it was a fake out, and here's why. There's a trend line moving down at the bottom, and your traders are not marking this trend line. Okay, that's called the megaphone pattern. Okay, this is called the megaphone pattern, right? And so you'll notice that you have this vertical trend line, and then we have one on the top too. You'll see there's one on the top, right? And then we can draw, I'm drawing them now on the top. There's one coming over here on the top. And so if you're taking this breakout right here and you smash into that level, it's going to go back down. If you take this breakout here, see it broke that level, you take it, it smashes into that diagonal trend. Here you take the breakout, smash. Okay, this is the megaphone pattern. You can see I drew it right here, big megaphone pattern, right? It looks, let me clear it out. It looks like this. That is the megaphone right there. Okay. And so if you're trading, the tip is if you're trading a breakout, always look for this trend line moving up and the one moving down. Now, in this case, instead of taking the horizontal break, you wait for it to break that megaphone and then you take the trade. So always be looking for the megaphone. It will help you. It will help your win rate. It'll help you find the very best trades. And that's really what we're trying to do here. Okay. Go back to the very beginning of the presentation when I talked about good trader, improved trader, and Forex master trader. We're trying to make you a Forex master trader because you got to understand all of these moving pieces. Okay. Now, small account tip number 4, money management plan to grow your account and increase your cash flow. All right. Money management plan to grow your account and increase your cash flow. So this one, I just want to talk. We're talking on a $100 account. Okay. So here's $10 is your goal. So here's the key. The tip is slow growth. And I didn't write it, but slow growth, and I'm writing it now, equals fast growth. Okay. And now you might be like, that makes no sense. That makes no sense. What are you talking about? Well, slow growth equals fast growth. So $10, if you do $10 a day, right? $10 seems like almost nothing. Okay, it seems like almost nothing. And it's actually simple. It's easy. When I'm talking about hitting a big goal, I always break it down into small, achievable goals. Do you believe you could make $10 in one day? Do you believe that? If the answer is yes, let me know in the chat. Do you believe you could make $10 in a day? That is so simple. But what happens is we try to grow our account. We want to do $100 a day. We want to do $1,000 a day. We want to grow really fast. Then we make mistakes, and then we end up blowing our accounts, and we end up backtracking, right? But the secret is tiny, tiny, tiny growth. Tiny growth is big growth. Small growth is fast growth. And so I have a special plan, and this doesn't look exciting, but I have a special plan to help you scale slowly, right? And I have a spreadsheet to help you increase slowly. You start with $10. If you can do that, that's $50 a week. Did you know $50 a week is a huge, huge amount of money, right? That's a huge amount of money long term. That's a big deal. If we bring up our calculator here, 52 weeks times 50, that's $2,600. That's $2,600 in a year. That's really good money. But traders get too ahead of themselves. They get excited, and they don't want to go for the small growth. But I'm telling you, you need to do it. And I'll give you another example here. And I'm training to run a marathon. And I have a chart just like this. It's a big goal, 26 miles, right? Yeah, lots of them. But lots of them, you eat a lot of Big Macs, you're going to gain a lot of weight. I'm training to run a marathon. It's a 26-mile run. And I haven't run in a long time. I used to run when I was in the Army and off and on. I haven't done it in a long time. And so in order to get to that goal, I'm starting out with a 1-mile run. Then I go next week, I'm going to run 1.2 miles. Then I'm going to run 1.5 miles. And I'm slowly increasing my distance. And it feels so annoying. It's so annoying for me because I want to go out there and do it right away. But if I try to do it all at once, I'm going to risk injury. I'm probably going to break a leg, and then I won't be able to do it at all. So you have to take small growth. And the next thing you know, you're having a big, huge growth, right? But it's all about the consistency, right? Yeah, Borg's got it. So now I'm going to ask this question. Why is it so slow? Why is it so slow? $10. Well, you know what? It really isn't slow. I did this chart, and this chart will show you what your trajectory is if you're consistent, right? It's pretty massive. You can actually grow all the way up to a 13K account if you're consistent, okay? But the problem is, and it's a big problem, is we just are looking at this number. We're looking at this number all the way up here. That's what we have our eyes on, and we totally lose sight. And so a lot of you guys, I hear this all the time when I tell this, okay? And it used to make me mad, but now I don't get mad. But when I share money management tips like this, they're like, oh, the only thing that was any good was the entry. And I'm using that voice because it annoys me. The only thing that was any good that you taught today was the entry. And I know immediately, I don't say it, I know immediately when I hear a comment like that, that person's never going to succeed. Never. Well, not unless they change their mind. They've got to change their mindset and their outlook. You've got to see the big picture number in your mind, but you have to look at the little steps along the way. Okay, and these are all done doing little $10 moves. And you might say, well, that's too much work. Well, here's the thing, that $10 move becomes a $20 move, right? And then once we're disciplined enough to handle that, now we're going 40, right? And it's just a slow growth. You know what's really amazing, like with the whole running thing, like I'm doing running, is it actually changes my body. Your muscles get stronger. your lungs get stronger, your heart gets stronger, your breathing, your blood, even your bones get stronger over the course of time. And that's what happens to us as trader. We have to change the way we think. And so our brains, we're reprogramming our brains. We're building the discipline muscle. We're changing the way we think about trading. And that slow consistency method continues to work on us until we're not even the same trader. When we're here, we're not even the same trader as we are when we get here. We're literally a different person, and it changes us, but we have to do that one step at a time, and it has to happen it's not slow, but it's consistent. It feels slow, but if you take one step at a time, you can totally do that. And that's one of the things that we work on with our course. So hopefully that was really, to me, this is such a powerful tip, and most people don't appreciate it. And I want you to really pay attention to it because it's really important. All right. And now on to tip number 5. You want to wait for a pullback rather than just chasing trades. And by doing that, you're going to increase your win rate and your trade size. So again, this is that same USD yen chart, but this is just in the last couple days. Okay, this is just very recent. I pulled this out. But again, same type of thing. We know the trend, right? We know it's up. And we have a weekly mind here, but this is a lower time frame. I don't know. I think this might be 15. But if you just wait for the pullback and then the chart pattern, you wait for a pullback and a chart pattern. So the chart pattern, I have a lot of training on chart patterns, but here's the chart pattern. Boom. Okay. And there you have it. The chart pattern, you look for the pullback and the chart pattern. Here's another one, pullback and the chart pattern, pullback and the chart pattern. And even in this last few days, right, even here, you'll notice that, and I don't know what happened here. I think it might have gone up. I don't know. But even here, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades. 7 trades in just 2 days on a lower time frame, okay? This waiting for the pullback, combining with knowing where your levels are and finding the trend and understanding that it's a long game that we're playing and not a slow game, these are the tips that will really make it work for you. So just remember, I'm not going to take a lot of time on this. I have the RSI here too. This is a slow RSI and a fast RSI. When the fast RSI, which is a 4-period, crosses above the slow, that's another confirmation on your entry signal. But my point here is I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because it's just really one point and you can get it. It's you wait for the pullback and then you wait for the chart pattern. You see that pin bar and the price break? That's the chart pattern. You wait for those things in the direction of the trend using a very strong level. You do all those things and you're consistent. You're going to be successful. Those 5 tips that I taught were, we've got so much more in the course, but these 5 things will really help you. And I can tell you can apply these today, right? You really can. So, oops, I went ahead a little bit. There we go. All right. So now I want to talk just a minute about the course, the $100 to $1,000 course. And so how much is it? So the first thing I want you to understand about the pricing here is that I charge $1,000 an hour for one-on-one training. And most people are very happy with that because with that few hours of training, I can transform their trading, and that gives them unlimited potential. So if you use 10 hours with me and we get that your trading transformed, that's $10,000. And the amount of revenue you can earn from that 10,000 is unlimited in the millions. And so yes, if that was the case, would it be worth 10,000 to get $1 million? Yes, of course, it's worth it. That's how investing works. You're investing your time and you get a skill that is worth it. Okay, so that is something I really want you to understand about the pricing here. However, the way we've set this up, because we're doing it in a course, we're doing group sessions, you get coaching results. You get those same kind of results, the transformation, the changing of your trading, the ability to have somebody oversee what you're doing, the ability to get that help for a fraction of the cost, right? So normally, if they spent 10,000, now you can get those same results and the exact same skills with this very simple course, which would be less than $2 a day, right? So less than the price of your daily coffee. So again, when you compare to that, you realize that this course is quite an amazing opportunity. So some questions for you. Let's think about this, okay? Now that you have these 5 tips, how much of an impact, and this is the thing I want you to take away here, is how much of an impact will even just one of these tips have in your trading, right? How much? If you're like most of the people that are watching this training right now, you're starting to see the possibilities. I think maybe you're starting to see, or maybe you're thinking, wow, I'm in big trouble because I need this stuff and I really need help. So either way, some things are happening here. But you could be like Sheila, who had a profit of $1,745 in just 2 weeks. She applied a couple of these tips, went through the training, just had some great results. Or even Howard, who had $2,300 in one day. And again, I'm not trying to make it seem like you're going to get this type of results overnight. Remember, it's consistent steps, but this is what happens at the end of those consistent steps. And you could be like Sheila or Howard, right? And we know that that's where we all want to be. So trading successfully is overwhelming and intimidating when you first get started. And what I want you to understand is great traders, they're not born. They're made through proper training. And there are 12 core skills that each trader must develop, right? And so how do you learn and to be a consistent and successful trader? Well, we give it all to you with the ultimate step-by-step course to walk you through it. Just like the orchestra I mentioned earlier, you have to have every component to trade successfully. It's so essential that these core skills must be developed. And so here's what the course looks like that we have. Mindset, market analysis, developing the mental game to get ahead in the markets. That's so important. Predict market movement with accuracy with market analysis. Make the setup like clockwork that works time and again, right? Learning the skill of power trends will enable all of your trades to move farther and longer in profit. Price patterns that are so accurate, you'll be amazing your friends with insight. And so these are the courses, and there's a lot there, but it's doable because we give you the pattern. We give you the formula that you need. And so this course gives you the right setups. It gives you the template and the process, and you put them together in simple step-by-step procedures. It actually does the thinking for you. You just follow the plan. And the right mindset so you can get it right. And remember, this is all designed for small account training. It will work. These formulas will work for larger accounts. So if you have over $100 in your account, it'll still work. But it is geared towards traders that have a small account. Okay, so again, we're introducing the 100 to 1,000 small account growth formula. It's the simple step-by-step system for making the most profits you've made yet, or your money back. So again, we're introducing a 100 to 1,000 small growth account formula. It's a detailed training that guides you through a process of trading through the 12 essential sections. And we cover strategy. So you're going to know exactly when you get into a trade, and you get to access all of our tools for more accurate entries. So one of the things that I get from a lot of people, they are asking this all the time. They say, well, can't I just watch YouTube? Can I just get this for free? And the answer is yes. Yes, you can. But the problem is you have to filter through a lot of junk because most of the traders on YouTube are not legit. And I'm not bashing anyone, but it's just a reality. Okay, so you're going to spend a lot of your time. And how much is your time worth? Finding the right person. It's going to cost you thousands in trading losses trying to figure it out. And two other things really important is remember, no one will ever care about your own money as much as you. So you got to take ownership for that, right? You got to do that because no one, not me, no one else is going to care about your account as much as you do. So, one of the things that I've talked to with all the people that have gone through the course, no one's ever said learning to trade successfully has been a huge waste of my time. No one's ever said that. They've all said, you know what, it was worth the time, right? Another thing about this small cost that I charge is it's important to understand the value of investing and investing in yourself. There's been a lot of studies proven that if you give something away for free, there's no value, right? There's no value. And I can tell you that firsthand, that if you give something away, people don't treat it very well. That's why we see a lot of problems that we're seeing in today's world, is because there's kind of this welfare mentality. I deserve this, or, the government owes me something. Everybody owes me something. But really, if you give somebody something, it's not going to be as sweet as if you earn it or if you pay for it. So if you put the small amount into this, you're going to cherish it that much more, and you're going to cherish the results that you're going to get that much more. So, so we're introducing now the small account formula. And so here's what's waiting for you when you become a member. We want to get you started with developing the mental game to get ahead. We want to help you predict market movement with accuracy, super accurate. We want to make that setup. Those are the first three, very important. And then we also want to talk about, and I'm not going over all of them, but how to create consistency and learn a potential review every week to increase your profits each week with this formula. That's called our weekly profit boost. That's really powerful. Okay. And so when we're talking about the pricing and all that, I just want to let you know that we do have it available on our website, and that it is available for $1,197 or $1,190 a year. And it's available on sale. However, with today's special offer and with the launch of this new course, we're giving you a discount, a big discount. And you can get started right now for just $97 today, right? You can have access to this course for just $97 today. All right. And so another thing I wanted to mention here, and I wanted to say, we guarantee results as well, or your money back. And so we are so confident in this. We did the double. We call it the double review. So if you test, we have a double guarantee. If you test drive the program for 30 days and you follow the instructions and you take 30 trades and you show us proof, and if you don't have at least a 10% gain, we're going to give you a refund. Now, what I want to understand by this is, if you show us the trades, we will actually work with you to help you succeed. Because what I want you to understand is, we don't just want to make money. We want to create a successful trader. So if you sign up and you say it's not working, we say, hey, why not? Let's go with the original goal. Let's go back to step one, baby steps, consistency. We want to work with you. We won't give up on you. Okay. And so we're here. We're serious, but I can't care more about your success than you care about your success. I will work with anyone, but I can't care more about it than you. Okay. And then we have our other guarantee that says, if you try it for 365 and try everything out, and you take 150 trades and show us proof, and you don't have at least a 50% gain, we'll gladly give you a full refund. Okay. So now I want to talk about the bonuses, because the bonuses to me are very important. And the bonuses, I love to over deliver. I want to make sure you have everything that you need. So I've thrown in a ton of bonuses. We have a live community that has all of the members that they're working together, sharing their trades, people helping each other. And that's valued at $19.97, and it's included. We also have live trading every single day at 8 a.m. and it's with our trading coach, John Melly, and I jump in there quite a bit as well. And we're a lot different because we show you every trade we take. We show why we take it. We show you the end results. We believe in two things. We believe in telling you how to trade and teaching, and then we believe in demonstration. We believe in demonstration. And so we just want to demonstrate. We're the only people out there that will do that, right? We're the only ones. And so thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that comment, Vassell. It's nothing but a scam. Well, that's actually not true. It is not a scam. We have so many reviews, so many positive reviews, so many success things. But I'll tell you, Vassell, your comment like that tells me that you have a mindset that's going to prevent you from being successful. Just saying, you've got to work on having a positive mindset and believe that you can do it, right? And really go for it. I wish you the best. Okay. So again, we also have all of our tools. We have a lot of tools. Masavi MACD, EFC, Epic Trading Tool, Currency Power, all of these tools, these indicators and tools that you get access to at a $14.97 value. And that's included as a bonus. We also have as a bonus 50 recorded videos valued at $14.97. These are all of these trainings plus additional training. You get just a lot of training to go through to help you. Access to our coaches. You can ask us questions at any time, and live and via email, valued at $4,997. And as well, you have access to our prop firm. And so we have a prop firm that you can trade as up to $1 million. And the way that it works is you have a small fee. You pay a small fee to take a test. And if you pass the test, you get access to the firm. You get access to the money. And the way to pass the test is a 10% gain without getting a 5% drawdown. But we only offer this to our students because we want to give you the highest possibility for passing. All right. We also have a trading robot that we throw in. And this is exclusively for MetaTrader 4 and 5, but it auto trades. And we update this every week, and it's valued at $14.97. All right. So to recap, that's all of the bonuses. The essential $100 to $1,000 training package, live training, our community full of successful traders, our highly accurate tools, access to the coaches, our prop firm. When you put all of that together, our educational modules, our robot, it's actually valued at a total of $10,688. And you can get this whole thing just for $97 today. And so it's the simple step-by-step system to take your account from 100 to 1,000. You get it for $97 today and then $97 a month. And you can just go ahead and click right now. I'm just going to send out the offer here. You can click that out and just click the Get Instant Access button. You'll see it. We'll also put the link in the chat as well if you want to join in. We would love to have you. Actually, Ben just threw that link in the chat. All right. So now that I've presented the material, thank you all for your patience. I want to now go ahead and answer some of your key questions. All right. If I have more than $100 in my trading account, is this working for me? Well, the answer for that is yes. Yes, it is. It will definitely work for you. And you can have more than 100, and you can actually have less than 100 as well. So it doesn't matter what your I'm just putting the timer on here because how long I'm going to stick around for questions. But it doesn't matter what your account is. You can get access to that, okay? And there we go. All right. So there we have that. So that's that. Next question. Do I need to be successful right now? The answer to that is no. This is the best way to start out. If you want, you'll learn all the foundational stuff from the beginning. You won't learn the bad habits. We will help accelerate your success. All right. Now, this is the big one, and that is how long will it take me to get to $1,000? How long will it take me to get to $1,000? Well, of course, we can't answer that with any specific certainty. But if you follow our roadmap, we plan it out so that you can get there in 12 weeks, right? We plan it out that you can follow the course, one course a week, and you can get there in 12 weeks. Now, with that being said, you could get there faster, but we don't really want you to get there faster, because once you get there, then you learn the method. You learn the secret of consistency so that you can consider, because once you get to 1,000, you can just keep going, right? So we want to take it nice and slow and make it work, right? And so Manuel said that he blew the account in a couple of weeks in the learning curves, right? And so Manuel, you can copy the trades because we do alerts and signals and stuff, but really we don't want to focus on that, Manuel, because we want to teach you how to do this. And because remember when I talked about the orchestra and how it's about performance? Well, if you're following signals, you're missing 99% of what's happening behind the scenes in trading. And I've never really seen anybody be successful just following signals. You have to learn the core trading skills. And so really what you want to focus on is risk management and how to keep the discipline and the integrity, personal integrity, so that you don't blow your account. So signals is really, again, it's about changing your mindset. Signals is one of the least important things that you'll need. You got to learn all those other skills, much more important than signals. All right. So another question is, what makes the students who gave me testimonials so successful? All right. And so that's a great question. And thank you for asking. But the thing that really helps students get successful is that they followed the formula, right? They didn't have a preconceived notion, because I see a lot of people have these negative thoughts and they believe certain things that are going to hold them back. Your mindset can hold you back from trading. And so if you apply these techniques and apply the mindset, it will work for you, right? And so that's what really made the thing that really sets the successful students apart, is that they had an open mind and they were willing to follow instructions, right? And so, yes, if you have very little experience, this is really probably the best thing for you, because you might actually eliminate years and years of pain. And I'm not exaggerating. I have worked with traders that have failed for 10 years. They failed for 10 years and then they came with us and were fixed really quick. And so don't take the 10-year path. It's just not good. And so, yeah, you could start with a $100 account and that is fine. Or you could even get the skills on a demo account if you're a new beginner and you need to learn the trading platform and how to use the tools. You could start on a demo account. When you're confident, you could increase to a real account. Another question is, can I use a demo account? And the answer is yes. Is this applicable to stocks, forex, and crypto? These techniques and methods work for everyone. We will primarily be trading. We'll be primarily trading forex, gold, And I do trade stocks as well, which I share some of my stock setups. It works for all markets, but most of our examples will be in Forex. But yeah, it works. So what broker can you use? Well, we have a lot of broker recommendations once you get into the account. So if once you get in with us, we can help you with that. So how do we find our trades? Well, we have a currency scanner we use, a currency tool that helps us find the best setups. And we try to find the absolute best setups every day. We try to find our setup and really work on our win rate, right? Because we know that if we do that, things will work out much better for us. So, all right. So let's see here. Can I get access to the prop firm and trade up to $1 million? Well, the answer to that is yes. And yes, you can. You can get access to that. And there's 3 minutes left on this training. So I'm going to answer questions for the 3 minutes. And then I'm going to let you know go. But I do want to let you know the price will be going up very, very, very soon. And so thank you for the questions. But this is a great opportunity. Wanting to take advantage of that. But yeah, you can get access to the prop firm if you sign up. But we really want to talk to you to make sure you're going to pass it, right? And so someone was asking about the roadmap. This is not the whole roadmap. I didn't share the whole thing, but this is just the first week or so. Let's see. All right, here it is. This is actually just 2 weeks, 2 weeks worth. And we do this, we map it out into 12 weeks. And thank you so much, Hassan. I use IBKR. Well, if you're going to use our tools, you will need MT4 and MT5. And so that is something to consider. But you can trade, you can learn these techniques and these skills. You can use any trading platform. You can also use TradingView. You can also use TradingView as well. All right, well, that link is in the chat, and you can just click it right now to get instant access. We're really looking forward to working with you. And so for the people that signed up right now, thank you all. Really appreciate it. It was great audience today. Thank you. And if you have any questions, we want to help you get from $100 to $1,000. That's our goal. So imagine what that would do for you. It would really make a big difference. Thank you, JT. Have a great day. And so we're going to be closing out. But remember, this course will always be available, but it's not going to be available at this discount. You want to take advantage while it's there and just get in there. But thank you all. Really appreciate the time that you all did. Thank you so much. And any other last minute questions, guys? Anybody that's thinking about joining that has any specific questions or anything that's holding them back from joining? Thank you, Borg. Thank you, Joey. I really appreciate the feedback. Hopefully this was enjoyable. Hopefully this was educational. Hopefully you learned a lot. So thank you all. All right. Well, that's about it then. I'm going to close out, but you guys can join up at any time. We're going to be sending up some follow-up emails. We're going to be starting on Friday with our first training, but you can go in and start getting access to everything right away. But thank you all. Good. Thank you, Borg. Appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. Awesome. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And we'll see you guys soon.